What's up, YouTubers? It's been a while since we did a project together, so I thought today would be the day that we can come together and make something useful. So that's what we're going to tackle today. Let's get into it. So I went down to the local Walmart and picked these guys up. They're in the frozen food section, if you're wondering. And we're going to turn these into a dead blow hammer or a mallet, which will be useful because I don't think I have one around the shop anywhere, and I'm going to silicon bronze the face of it so that it at least is a little bit softer and probably doesn't mark up anything. So that's kind of my plan today. So once you pick up which one you want from your local Walmart, which today we're going to start with this one, we got to chuck this in the vise and go to work. So step one, they conveniently left us an X marks the spot where we're going to drill, so that's pretty convenient. Now it goes without saying, if you're going to do this, make sure you wear eye protection. Now that we got a hole drilled through it, that's obviously a little bit too small for our handle, so we're going to have to make that a little bit bigger. Of course, the only drill bit I got here is kind of broken a little bit, but I bet it'll drill through there. If not, we'll use a step drill. Now that we got a little bit bigger of a hole, I'm actually going to use a step drill bit, widen it out just a little bit more because I got a pretty big rod that we're going to use for a handle. That should be good. So now that you got your hole bored up and you cleaned up the surface to make it available for welding or brazing, and then you got your steel bar pipe. This is a solid steel bar, somewhere around 7/8 of an inch, 3/4, somewhere in there. And you cleaned everything up so it's ready for brazing or welding. Now this housing material is a casting of some sort, likely gray iron, something that's not going to weld great at all. So this is a perfect job for silicon bronze or aluminum bronze brazing with a torch or with TIG. Now you could also stick weld this with nickel. Probably be in your best interest to preheat this a little bit, 300 degrees before you attempt to weld this with nickel. Now MIG, you're somewhat out in the dark on this project, and the reason is that, well, there is nickel wire available for MIG, but the cost of it's so extreme that you probably don't want to use that, because why on earth would you ever go through 10 pounds of that stuff in your lifetime? So I'm going to TIG braze this with silicon bronze, and we're going to attach this handle into this. Now I'm only going to recess it a little ways in there. That way, when I fill this up with lead shot, that it has more of a dead blow effect to this hammerhead. All right, coat of paint and a little bit of putty makes it what it ain't. So now I'm gonna wrap the handle here. I was gonna use, I don't know, leather or something, but I'm gonna try electrical tape. I'm a little bit worried it's gonna be too slick, but I can always put duct tape on it instead and peel this off. So I'm just gonna wrap the handle now. So that was kind of a fun little project. I got a big knob of electrical tape on the end, and I melted the end here together so hopefully it doesn't unravel. It should be pretty good. It's decently sticky. It could be a little bit better, but I don't think, especially with this knob, that it's going to be flying out of my hands or anything. The silicone bronze hammer face turned out pretty good. I mean, this thing is definitely a little bit on the impractical side, but I'm sure safety will definitely appreciate this. And that's kind of why I made this, is, you know, something fun and different. But yeah, all that's left to do really is to pull a pin and let the spoon fly, back this assembly out and fill it full of lead shot, and by full, I don't know, maybe half full. And then that way when it hits, it doesn't rebound. Like, let's test it here. Yeah, it's got a decent rebound. Well, you know, half full of lead shot ought to solve that. Awesome. Well, thanks for sticking around. I am now on more than a few watch lists. Take care.